Hey everyone, welcome back to Damn Tasty Vegan. It's your friend Maria Rose. Today I have a delicious breakfast and brunch recipe you're gonna love. It's savory, it's perfect for the weekends. We're gonna make a breakfast skillet with a vegan fried egg, and it comes with a runny egg yolk. Yes, it tastes like eggs. It's crazy. It takes about 20 minutes to make, and you're gonna absolutely love it. So if you miss brunch as a vegan, then there's no need because there's so many delicious vegan recipes to satisfy your brunch cravings. So if you want to learn how to make this recipe, let's hang out for a little bit and I will show you exactly how. I love using a cast iron skillet for this, so put it on about medium-low heat and add some neutral oil. I like to use avocado oil and get it nice and warm before you add anything to it. Then you want to grab your potatoes. I like to use either like the frozen hash browns or like the frozen southern style like cubed potatoes. But either way, just, put them in the pan. Once the pan's nice and warm, I like to press them down a little bit. This helps get them nice and crispy. And then leave them alone for 5 minutes. And then flip them after about 5 minutes so you get a nice crisp golden brown to the potatoes. Oh, it's so amazing. And we're just going to cook them on the other side for another 2 to 5 minutes. I like to press it down on the other side as well. And you have to taste test as you go. I love to nibble on my food as I cook. Who else is a nibbler? And then once the potatoes are cooked, you just want to push them to the side to make room for your veggies. Now you can use whatever veggies you like. I ended up using some mushrooms and zucchini, some onions, and some frozen bell peppers. I love to have frozen bell peppers on hand. It makes cooking so much easier when you have like some frozen prepped veggies to go. This would also taste really good with like a vegan breakfast sausage, like Beyond Breakfast sausage or something like that, but I didn't have it on hand and it makes it a little bit healthier to not have it. You could also add black beans if you wanted to add a little protein to this, but that's the beauty of this dish. You can kind of cater it to your own taste. Then you want to add your seasonings, add garlic powder, onion powder, and some salt, and just let the veggies cook until they kind of shrink and get soft and tender. And then once the veggies are nice and cooked, then I mix everything together. Now we're going to make a little room for our vegan fried egg, and the white part of the egg is going to be tofu. Just make a little bit of space for it. Make sure you add some oil so that the tofu doesn't stick. I like to use like medium tofu for this because it has kind of the same texture as like an egg white. It's a little bit softer. And the goal here is basically just to warm up the tofu. You don't need to like crisp it or anything, but yeah, I like to season it with some black salt and some garlic powder and onion powder. You want to season every layer. And then after you cook it on one side for about 5 minutes, just flip it on over to the other side. And I like to cover it just to make sure everything is heated all the way through. Then I thought I would be fancy and try to like cut out a hole in the middle of the tofu to make it look like, an egg yolk, but you don't have to do this. It ended up kind of making it look a little bit busted. But yeah, I ended up saving the center part of the tofu and just chopped it up and just mixed it in with the rest of the skillet, which turned out really good because then it tasted like little like scrambled egg pieces in there, which is really nice. It was a nice add to the texture. Then I added some vegan cheese. This is optional, but it does make it taste amazing. And then with vegan cheese, you always want to make sure you cover it to make sure that the cheese melts. You can also put this in the oven and get everything to melt that way, but I was just feeling like doing everything on the stovetop. So it's time to make the egg yolk. I love this because it's so simple to make. It doesn't require a ton of ingredients. And you want to grab a cup of water and then 3 teaspoons of cornstarch. Make sure that your stove is off at this point because we want all of the flavors to mix together before we turn the heat on and thicken it. Stir all of that together. Then we're going to add our seasonings. I got this fried egg recipe from It Doesn't Taste Like Chicken. I love it. I've been using it for about a year now. And an absolutely amazing recipe. I'll link her fried egg recipe below as well as the skillet recipe below so that you can have it to print out. Now we're going to add our seasonings. I add garlic powder, nutritional yeast, and some oil. The oil is to mimic that fattiness of an egg yolk. And then for color, we add turmeric powder. So we want to stir all this up, and now we can turn the heat on about medium-low. Make sure you stir the whole time. Once we get the mixture heated up and thickened, I like to add what's called black salt, also called kala namak. You can get it online or you can get it at an Indian grocery store. This is what's going to give the egg yolk an eggy flavor, so it's a must-have for this recipe. I will link it below on where you can buy it. I forgot to show adding the black salt after everything was thickened, but I like to add it after it's all warmed up because it'll help maintain that eggy flavor even more. I noticed that when the black salt gets warmed up, it kind of loses that sulfury taste. So I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as I've been enjoying this. It's great that we can make foods that don't have to harm and kill chickens and cows and pigs. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!